So let's move to the next club, which is your club. I think we're going to get a lot of analysis there. Chelsea Football Club. So Chelsea Football Club, we are beginning to see something shocking.
Yeah.
And you guys can see
empty boxes.
Empty boxes. And the empty boxes here is the experience and the veterans. No experience, no veterans. The average age for Chelsea is the youngest side in the Premier League as at the end of last season. 24.33. First youngest in Premier League.
I tell you, I think it's just we're getting and I like the progression, to be very honest, but I just think Premier League does not give us that time where you're having 2, 3, 4 years to grow, because there is so much hammering on results.
Yeah.
Just give us something and grind out something. Yeah. But I think looking at 24.33 just puts us in a space where Chelsea is ready to ball. But there are still deficiencies to it. If you are ready to ball, but given that 24 is still a young player who is now testing the water, or who is swimming in the water.
Inconsistency.
You're still going to fall here, not knowing what to do. Yeah. So I think Chelsea needs to be looking at putting something in the
so it's just like a young boy that is still in between the ages of 19, 20. You are not any longer a teenager because you are 20, but you're not yet an adult. You're still like,
am I getting this right? What am I doing here?
So but another thing I've seen about it is that a lot of Chelsea starters, a good number of Chelsea players played a good number of games that they're in their peak.
Yes.
We have to look at, for example, Sanchez is in a peak towards the ending of his peak, but it's there. We are saying Chalobah also plays a good number of games with you guys. Obviously, we are hearing about Inter or Como having that discussion, possibly leave. We see Cucurella also, who has gone to Real Madrid, being in his peak and playing a good number of games. Pedro Neto, the quality about Pedro Neto can be debatable. We see Enzo Fernandez, with somebody you guys have to keep, because already is the second highest
number of games. Yeah, I think like I've said, I did one content and I spoke about Enzo Fernandez, and I clamored so much like, this is a guy I do not want him to leave the club. And why did I say that? We got him at a young age in the youth rank at 22, and then we built him. Now he has entered his peak period. Let's use this guy in his peak period. Let's not just buy this guy and go on to go and sell him.
And also fantastic goal he had against England, you know.
Like, he's getting into that spot. You can see it. Like,
feel it.
Yeah, like this guy is growing into the game and becoming better. Like, he's clearing the debate already. Yeah. Like, you can't look at him and say, this is not a 100 million worth of player.
Obviously. I think as at the time you guys got him, was the best young player in the world.
Yes.
And now he's showing that maturity, the mentalities.
Yeah, the Enzo Fernandez of that time, I can now say, look at Enzo Fernandez in the World Cup now. He's a better player compared to what we had in that World Cup.
And so we also see people like João Pedro, new signing João Pedro, was gotten at
that place where he was knocking the door to get into it.
Yeah, you can look at Caicedo also. Obviously, Caicedo gets bought him earlier when he was still a youth. And now he's also beginning to shoot. I told you recently that I watched Caicedo in the World Cup, and I'm beginning to see, obviously, Chelsea had a good season last year. But while I watched him in the World Cup, even the decision of Enner Valencia to give him the captain band, that maturity is there. He can be trusted now. He can be trusted now. So this is beginning to show. But obviously, Chelsea has a lot of players also that we have less of Adarabioyo or Tosin, but actually would the quality is very, very, very questionable. But you have players that also have quality like Fofana and James Potter injured.
And I think that's one of the things that is worrying, because you want to be having your starting 11 or majority of your starting 11 to be in their peak zone. But now we have majority of our starting 11 in the peak zone.
That's a good number.
But they are not available. From Rich James, not available. Wesley Fofana, not available. Badiashile, not necessarily available. Tosin is always available, but the footballing ability is something that you are kind of like worried when he's available and put in there.
So is now look like Tosin now, based on reports from you guys side of things, you guys want to keep Tosin.
Yeah, they want to keep Tosin. And I think I see the sense in it, because if you don't have an experience in this box at all, Tosin is 28 going to 29, so he's clocking and going into that space to go and feel that empty experience.
Just say obviously needs experience. So we've been saying it before, but now the data proves it that you get 0% experience, 0% veteran.
Yeah, and also I think Chelsea is beginning to notice this. Maybe they also have seen this, or they definitely would have seen stuff like this. Yeah. So you see, that's why we are going for somebody like Granit Xhaka.
So can we check Xhaka and then we'll come back to Chelsea quickly? Let's go to Sunderland quickly and check what Sunderland. Let's look at Xhaka in Sunderland and let's see what is going on over there. So Sunderland,
Yeah, Saka.
Come on.
And now you can see it. He is even among those guys, top players, at least top 5 of the people who are the highest minutes, and also brings the experience. So he's not this kind of guy where, as much as maybe in the Tosin situation, there's the experience, but he's not playing. But with Granit Xhaka, he's playing, and the experience is also there.
Yeah,
so I think he feels that all perfectly.
And a lot of people will argue that the best signing of last summer.
Yeah.
Some people will say it's Granit Xhaka, and you won't argue much with them.
Yeah.
The influence
there's a point there.
And obviously, when you look at Sunderland's age range 25, so Xhaka there alone, helps their experience in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
And
he carries them.
He carries them. I don't know if he's their captain, but I think I've seen sometimes that he was captain. But
he should be their captain.
Yeah, so that is an experience. I think Chelsea, obviously. So let's go back to Chelsea and let's talk about some players that are just knocking. Surprisingly, Cobham is just knocking his prime.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
And one of the funny things about Cobham is the fact that Cobham, this is in a long time where he had a free summer.
Yeah.
He's training
well. He's fit. He looks fresh.
Could be a big season for him.
Yeah, I think so. And I think so. I think he, at this point in time, he should be entering a different level in his career, because 24, 25 is where your brain starts to, I want to do something. You are waking up happy and active.
Yeah. And a lot of games he has had.
Yeah.
There's some periods in your career as a footballer where you've seen a lot of situations, a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes like deja vu. You know what to do.
Yeah.
And if you play the number of games that Cobham has played in his career, and you're just entering your prime, to be to your benefit.
Yeah, automatism.
But your body, your body is getting to the peak period of your body, but also your mind has
sharpened and strong. Yeah, definitely.
And you're well rested. So it could be a very big. So, but we have people like Delap, obviously, just entering the prime, but the quality obviously is questionable. And so we have a young group of young boys.
Yeah, I think Chelsea needs to find balance into this thing. And one of the things that I see is, like we would say, I think the people that needs to be in the youth age, if they want to be playing in the squad, they need to be exceptional players. These guys need to be those guys where good talents. You just cannot take them away out of the team. You just cannot remove them out of the team. And I think I'm not surprised that I see somebody like Malo Gusto in that place playing a higher amount of minutes. So I'm not surprised at all, because of the versatility that he brings into the squad. So I think.
So do you think Gusto leaves Chelsea?
I don't think we're hearing reports that we said, but I think one of the things that might force Chelsea to sell is the price tag. 75 million for Gusto, when you have even signed somebody like Palestra to play in that wing back role and also play in you can just cash in and then hope that Rich James will not get so much of minutes for him to be able to go back to that fitness level, and then you can keep
up. But Palestra is a youth, right?
He's still a youth, 21. So I think Chelsea needs to do something about that youth thing. We have sold Andre Santos. Garnacho will leave the club. Jamie Gittins, I think we had a report that he also will find an option to get into. Romeo Lavia, Achimpong. I think I want Achimpong to stay. Yeah, there's prospects there.
Estaval obviously stays. I think that's very, very good.
So I think there is a balance between the youths and the peak. But I just think Chelsea needs to find something to do with the experience.
Experience is very, very, very. It's very, very important. Experience is very, very important.